This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Got to be taken in the end zone.
We got this.
Set! 180!
Let's go, one more. Check 26, check 26.
Hand! Pilot, 64, weak.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Hey, 22!
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Tight dog. 22 jet bomber. Omaha, ready to move.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
218, chop.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Shift.
To throw again on second down. Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Coaching, spill.
Mike is 59.
11. Smooth. Hey. Go here.
Third and long. It's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
With it is Brown. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, first and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Shift. No. Off.
Well, Jumbo.
Under crunch.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Tavon Wilson up to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
Strip the ball. Strip that. Lie down. Kill.
808.
Now Carr. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got A lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
You're mine. Hey, high 7.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Deuce right, Chief.
Check.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You draw closer. Hey, 70! Hey, Haywood! Hey, easy! I smell fear in that offense.
Throwing again. Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
Hey, 22! Hey, let's go!
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. Looking to throw on second down. Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Throwing his car on third down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jarrett Davis in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be fourth down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. And they come up here now, first down. A run there on first down, and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
He's crashing. He's checking crack. Checking heart rate.
Alert! Big 20.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Stafford. It's caught outright, Amendola. 27 yards there, a first down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
How in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's second down.
Here we go. Check. Get a 20. Hey, 5-0.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Let's go.
Throwing again. Stafford. He finds the rookie from Iowa, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the foot. They've got it 2nd and 7.
Set.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, alert 3.
Big 20. Hey.
55.
Hey, 50.
Stay with your man.
Now it's Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. 25.
White.
Switch.
Big trust.
Motion to backfield.
On the counter, it's Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 31-yard line.
Down. 180.
54. 90.
Carr gives it off to Washington. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
Makes the score Lions 7, Raiders nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Later one. Watch the edge. Hey, watch the edge. Watch the edge.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At their 48-yard line.
Check.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them, don't
they? That
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check 9.
Hand me. Low.
Check 13. Check 13.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
22. Stay 50. 32. Hey, box truck.
Stafford. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, Alpha. Easy, easy. 55. Right there in the middle.
Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Carr now on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Carr on the give. It's Washington. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. To throw his Carr. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Come to my work. Check 4.
Well, Jumbo.
Come. Watch twist.
Carr going to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
54.
637.
Check. Watch.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
That's where you belong.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey. Hands.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. He's going to look deep down the field. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Derrick Henry all alone. He's in the 30. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a big run that time by Henry. 44 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Check. Fresno. White. We got double up. Express. Show it.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Matchbox white. 734.
Right there. 54.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Let's put that team on the clock.
Raider 1. Check. Who's right?
Jim. Slam.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they got it 1st and 10. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get them much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger, there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
54.
On 2nd and 9. Stafford going deep for Dick. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Stephon Diggs, 85 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn?
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Jared Davis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
You're mine.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down and long.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go, D.
On play action. Now Carr trying to lay one up deep. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They go with Jacobs. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Levante David in on the tackle.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again. Stafford under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. To throw is Stafford. James has got it. Complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jesse James. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 11 yards there, 1st down. 2nd year in Oakland for Walter after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, you know, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. So now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jared Davis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
54, Mike. 54.
Check back.
Throwing on second and long. Carr. And he's got room. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trailed big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge.
And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
What we got?
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jared Davis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Monday, down. 185.
Mike, 54. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Well, let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Move that down. 80 weapon. Low, low, low.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Go, go.
Now Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that'll bring up 2nd. There stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
23 yards the pickup there. Stafford now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Muhammad. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. And that is incomplete here.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Alert 3.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. On the crossing route, complete. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Derrick Henry. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Easy. Kill.
54.
Hey, seam 6. Watch 54. Express.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
From the gun, it's Carr. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Shit.
Raider 1. No. Off. 5 down. Hey, watch that.
Carr to throw for it on fourth down. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. And that makes him now 0 for 3 on fourth down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on fourth down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Undercrunch. Zero.
Stafford now to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Stafford. And James has it. 23 yards on the play.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big. That
is caught at the 7. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Prater for the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. Gets around him, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jared Davis, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Under 10. 1, Raider 1.
Here's Carr. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. The Raiders on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
Mike 54. I'm coming up.
Operating from the gun. Carr. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Big hit all day. Sack City, baby.
And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more.
He's coming, double up.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Prater on to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up men will take it now.